gently wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Can't twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just treat your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Just not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. You're gentle in wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're gentle in wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh,
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. I'm just going to bring Steve in. Good afternoon, good evening to Steve.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Well, we're back for another match in the VP4 2023 Bar Table World Championship, 8-ball bar table, I should say. And we have a round 3 match tonight. We've got Albinario, current Virtual World Snooker Champion, amongst other ones in the past. And he's up against Larry, who's again looking to go all the way. Good evening to Coldest Pillow. Good evening to Simanx. So how's this going to go, Steve?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious Albin's the favorite, but I think Larry can win. I mean, Larry's from the U.S. He's played pool in real life. I'm sure he's played a lot of 8-ball. It's a bar table, which I think helps Larry because one of his big problems is just missing balls, and the bar table is going to be a little more forgiving there. So
Yeah.
I think Larry's got a chance in this match. He needs to play well.
Well, I think we've seen in the other matches, we've seen the errors in the break, the amount of scratches we've seen. We've actually seen quite a few, and Larry is going to stick to his break, which is, well, presumably he's just going to come back to the kitchen like he normally does, and we'll see if he can keep the cue ball on the table. But as was pointed out, it seems to be that if you break down the centre, they're going to open better. But the problem then is if you don't get good and you make a mistake, your opponent's probably more likely to run out. At least that's what I've been hearing. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. But Albinario is the artist at picking his way out of these things. So we'll see how it goes. I think it could run very close, provided Larry stays in it early on. We'll get in, the room's up. Nobody's in yet. Welcome to Bedhead.
Bedhead's here to watch who he's going to play in his next match. Bedhead plays the loser of this match.
Well, it could be an old Swedish losers match then. So here we go. We've got Albinario on the right hand side. I haven't done this for a while. So Larry's looking favourite here. That's a poor lag by Albinario.
Yeah, I agree that the break is going to be key here. It's a matter of not scratching and then getting balls in right off the bat. That's a good one.
Larry's going from the angled break. I thought he'd have been going up and down.
Yeah, I mean, I think the side break, is pretty good on VP4. If you watch pros play this game, most of them break straight from the center of the table if the table breaks good, because they're looking to break and run out every time. But I remember one year when Dennis Okoye won the bar table 8-ball championship. He actually broke from the side. He was like maybe the only guy doing it. I usually break from the side because I play on a lot of crappy tables, and it's just safer with a cue ball too. I mean, if you're going to break from the middle, there's some danger there.
He's gone wrong already here. He's going to be interfering with that 14 ball. He wanted to be cutting that 3 in, so he wasn't going near the 14.
You know what? He's still okay here. I mean, he's got a couple choices. He can either
does he brush through it? Because the problem, Steve, is he's got to get. I think the idea is he's going to try and play the 1 and come into the gap in the left side for the 7.
I would probably hit the 3 and go 2 rails for the 6.
See, he doesn't like this. This is not what he wanted.
Well, it's kind of a tricky shot dragging it. If you drag it too much, you can scratch in the corner pocket because you got to kind of pull it at an angle that's you don't have to run real close, but you got to run at least no more than a diamond out. He's
Well,
looking like he's going to shoot this and try to come back for the 3, which, you know, I'd probably shoot the 3 now, even though it's a little funny. But, you know, this might work too. Well, he played for the 7. I guess he's going to play the 3 last. Now, in this situation, it's even more critical he gets on the 3 good, because getting to the 8's going to be tricky.
he doesn't want to go behind that 11. The angle in this 8 wants to sort of run the cue ball in behind the 11, doesn't it? It looks like that to me.
He's fine here. I mean, he's fine here. He just,
well, this isn't good. I don't like it myself. He's going to have to come back right side. I don't think he can go forward with left English, because he's going to end up nowhere in this 3 ball. He's got to come back, and then he's got to miss. He's got to miss that 9 ball if he's coming to the rail.
And he hit it good. And the tricky part, mistake most people make there is they don't draw it enough. He drew it a lot.
Well, I think he's just got to drop this dead weight and he'll be in the gap. It's got to be dead weight just to get to the hole, and the cue ball will be in the gap. You can't be running a cue ball anywhere else other than just to the rail with his dying breath with this shot. I don't know whether he can hold it.
Man, he could zigzag if he wants. I mean, he's just kind of, you know, he overhit the thing. So this is, you just got to trace the path. The zigzag's tricky, but if you hit this with...
he's jacking up now. Oh, no, he's not sure.
I would cut this with a touch of right-hand English, and I'm trying to hit the rail right past the side pocket, and then let the cue ball roll into the 10 ball. That's what I'd be trying to do, and that's what he looks like he's doing. He's put a little bit of right English on it. How thick you get this 3 ball is going to make a big difference on path. And he hit it. Okay, he didn't hit the 10, but that's fine.
That'll work.
That was what you're trying to do, because, you know, if you miss a 10, you know, the worst thing that could happen there is you get a bad brush off of it.
Well, you know, he had a problem to deal with, and he found his way through it and dealt with it. So it's a good start for Larry. Albinario's break.
I'm gonna have to shut down my virtual pool and restart it, because I am just using up tons of GPU for some reason right now.
Well, Albinario has had a ball. 3 balls gone, which obviously is a solid, but you've got the open table, and he's just studying to give himself an idea where he's going. We've got a clear combo down here at the bottom where this 11 and 14 are. And he's looking at the 7, so now that 3 ball, was that the 3 ball that's up table? No, tell a lie, it can't be, because the 3 ball's gone, so that's the 5 ball that's up table. And he's had a bump to get the 8 ball free, knowing that the 5 ball was there, which is actually a pretty good shot.
I'm trying to get my VP4 to run. I don't know why, but I'm having trouble with it.
Oh, I'd contact support, Steve. Send him a message.
It's just using a lot of GPU right now, and I'm not sure why.
Well, Albinario's going to have to dig into this, unless he thinks he can stun in the gap there between that 15 and is it the 10 that's up there, because it's tight, so he's going another direction. Or he's thinking about another direction. Let's go up and have a look and see how that looks from there. I think he can get out through the gap there. I don't see the problem. I mean, even if he hit the 15 ball, it should help it on its way. But
He's fine here. I don't know why he's drawing this. He doesn't need to draw it. He could go forward there, he'd be fine.
Well, he's back to square one because this is pretty much the same position he was in 30 seconds ago.
Well, he needs to get this 5-ball now. I would shoot this 5-ball now. You know, the problem is where is he going to go? I would try to run the cue ball at the 12 and hit the side of the 12 closest to the long rail, and then you got lots of balls you can shoot. He's going to drop back, which is okay. I think that was a little harder because he had to potentially could have hooked himself with a 4-ball or the 9-ball. Although I guess with the 4 he could shoot the combo. I haven't rebooted my computer in 3 weeks, so I might have to do it now because I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm just using tons of GPU.
This is a tight one and a 6-ball into the side. Can very easily catch that left point. He's got to send it to the far jaw. And now he's in that no man's land area. And the problem, of course, also is he's the wrong angle in the 4, so this is tricky. He obviously wants to stay this end of the table here to get the shot in the 8-ball. I don't think that's going to be a major issue. It's just getting the pot. And never a doubt. And he can still see, well, tell a lie. I thought he could still see it, but he can't. He's gone too far. Larry's ready to pounce. Mistake from Albie. But I think if he took that 5-ball in the very first shot when he was down, he might have been in a better shape now. He waited and then played it the second time around after he played another ball. That's what I had. That's what I had on my PC. I had about 5 of them. Those Bitcoin miners, and the PC was shutting down and it was doing all sorts of weird stuff.
Well, I don't have Bitcoin miners. I just had some stuff that had been open a long time. And it wasn't the browsers for once. It was actually some development stuff. I shut it down and now I'm good. Well, I was running like 20 frames a second. That's never good.
Albinario's in trouble. He's now, has he called a pocket? I've not been paying attention. I think he did maybe try
I'm sure he called that pocket.
Cut that. I mean, so this is an opportunity for Larry.
Well, this is an opportunity. This is a win.
Well, he's got to win here, hasn't he, Steve? I mean, it's a great table. He's just got to be careful and do the business. So, you know, he's...
Well, you know, there's a couple funny balls. You just got to play to open areas. I mean, obviously the 15 ball is one he's going to want to get out of quick. When he comes down for the 14, he's going to want to get to 11 at the same time. So I'd probably come across for the 15 here. The only thing is the side pocket kind of looms, so he may decide to do something else. He looks like he's going to come down table. Nope, he's just going to hit it soft. So he's probably going to play for the 14 ball here.
Well, we've got 1-1 as far as match results are concerned. We've got Bedhead calling it 11-8 to Albie. We've got Coldest Fellow calling it 11-9 to Larry. Well,
you don't think Bedhead's going to pick somebody besides the Swede, do you?
Oh, no, of course not. It's a bit like the Eurovision Song Contest. Norway always votes for Sweden, and Sweden always votes for Norway. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing in here.
The Euro song thing. Yeah. So this is a pretty good situation here. He's
well, he's probably now. If this was me, I'd be giving this a good bump and a bit of spinning coming around behind the 8 ball.
I think he just made a mistake there. I would have pulled back and got real straight in on the 15 so I could drop back and shoot the 10. He's going to have to bump the 10 now. Well, he's going to try to go behind it. Okay. That'll work.
He's
No,
going up table, then the
that's
10.
fine. And you know what? I mean, that's probably a really good way to play it on a bar table because, you know, going up table, even with a shot like this, is easy on a bar table. On a big table, you get a little funny on that, especially a big table with tight pockets, and you know you could be sorry.
Well, he's going to go 3 rails now, and this is loads of room. So he's just got to make sure he gets the cue ball running a bit here.
Yeah, this is easy. I mean, this is the kind of shot you should never mess up.
So, good start for Albinario, for Bill. Good evening to Bill. I was about to say good evening to Bill, then I've got my names mixed up. Mistake from Albinario not getting out, so that's a fail. And it's Larry to break in rack number 3. 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and so far Larry's done what he's supposed to. I mean, I think this might be Larry's best chance to win the world championship because I think he knows 8-ball pretty well.
Well, he might go back to his straight break.
That was a little bit of a bad kick there because he did not lose the cue ball low. It just got kicked up there.
Now Albinario's going to have a bit of studying to do. He's got ball in hand in the kitchen. All the balls in the kitchen, of course, are dead for the time being. He has to go up table now. Well, I would be going stripes simply because the 4-ball, unless you're coming down the right side, is awkward to get to, and you're then having to travel the cue ball to get to the 4-ball. So I'm taking stripes because you've only got one up table.
Because the 6 and 7 aren't looking that good.
Yeah.
So I mean, the play here is to run all these balls right down here, then come down and get the 13 and then the 9. Or the 9 and the 13. It sort of depends on how you're going to land down there. Leaving the 9 for last, you could get a little funny on it. I mean, you certainly, the 9 ball is one of those balls that you're going to have to get a reasonable angle on it if you don't want to have grief.
What happened in the first 2 racks? Larry won the lag, broken run. Albie in the second rack ran up until the 8 till he had to get the 8-ball and get hooked.
And he's doing all the right things here. This is decision time because I'd probably not want to leave the 9-ball to last if it was me. He's going to, which is fine. You just got to get a good angle on it. If you get a bad angle, you're going to be banking the 8-ball. I probably would have played position for the 9-ball then. He may shoot it now because now he's realizing, oh, you know what? This is a problem. Yep, that's fine. Well, it's just in a spot where you have to get real good on it, and it was better to shoot it now because it's easy to get on the 8-ball from the 13. Well, the interesting thing on that break is Larry didn't really do anything wrong. He just got a bad kick. See, Albin just broke the exact same way as Larry. Kind of got the same kick, but you know, it's not usually in the kick and go up in those corner pockets. It will sometimes, but it's not. It doesn't happen a lot. So it's looking a lot like it's going to be 2-2 here. Yeah, but it goes in both corner pockets, so it shouldn't be an issue. Well, Alvin just got himself kind of funny where he's got to shoot the 13 now. I'd play the 13 and for the 10, I'd shoot the 10 next. Well, the simple thing is stop shot for the 11, although it may squeak out just a little more than he wants. He may just roll this and then shoot the 9 and the 11. I mean, it's just a little teeny bit funny. Well, see, he did the smart thing there. He said, "I'm not just going to kind of bump this and hope it stops, or hit this and hope it stops. I'm going to bump the 5 ball." You know, he was proactive there. He said, "I'm going to hit this hard enough to bump it where I can't get hooked." A lot of guys in that situation would have just tried to roll it real soft and try to be real delicate, and next thing you know, you're on top of the 5 and have no shot.
Good evening to Travelling TT. Yes, I was muted because I was getting into a coughing fit and I forgot to unmute myself.
Now he's pulling the ball back. Oh, he lost.
Well,
now,
there we go.
He lost the ball down. Now that time, I believe the reason he lost the ball low was because I believe he clipped the head ball. Because I saw how he hit the cue ball. He was down far enough on the cue ball. The cue ball should have done what it did last time. But if you clip the first ball, it'll shoot forward like that, and that's what you don't want. Now we've seen guys lose the ball forward because they didn't hit it the right way. But I was watching what Albin did. He hit it the right way. He must have clipped the head ball.
It was Larry.
Oh, it was Larry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Larry.
Two in a row for Larry. In terms of breaks and scratches, one way or another.
Yeah, you want to hit that second ball pretty full, but you don't want to clip the head ball.
No. So
I see something that says Hugh muted.
Yeah, I was muted when I started coughing. I muted the mic and then I took my headset off because I wanted a good cough to try and clear
So let
myself.
me ask you a question. How can you tell everybody that they should remap their replay button so they don't get accidental replays, and you never remap your mute button so you don't get accidental mutes?
It's been remapped about 5 or 6 times. Muting's not the problem, Steve. Memory's the problem. The mute button's fine. It's remembering that I did mute myself there and I forgot about it. So he's going for the solids. Now the problem with the solids is you've got solids both ends of the table here. So
he's going to bump the 2 right here. I think this is just a little pull it back and bump the 2, or maybe he's not. Maybe he's going to go forward. Well, if he's going to go forward, this is a little touchy. He's going to go forward. He's probably going forward to bump the 8, which I'm not sure you really want to do in this situation because you could bump right on top of one of the stripes.
He's looking at the 3 in the side, but that would obviously suggest he's maybe going to hold there for the 2, is he?
See, he's here right now. I'd shoot the 4 and pull it back and bump the 2 and then shoot the 5.
He's on the 6
yeah.
now.
I mean, I'm not saying you would never go back up table like that, because things could be bad enough. But in that situation, I thought he should have shot the 4 there. And come back and bump the 2 and shot the 5, and not bump the 2 hard, just nice and gentle.
Well,
because those three balls are kind of funny. There could be grief here. I mean, Albin plays good enough to get out from here, but he's taking a chance when you get 3 balls that are set like that.
He's gone and blew it straight away here.
This is what I'm talking about. He should have shot the 4 ball there, pulled it back, bumped the 2, shot the 5, and then gone up table or shot the 2. Pretty good play, but probably not good enough. Now what he's done is he's tied his balls up. He does have the 5 ball there to break him out, but he's probably not going to get another shot. I mean, this is, he's probably losing right here.
Well, Larry has to get good on that 10 ball. That's vital. That'll be the vital shot in the rack. Getting good in the 10 ball so that he's not interfering with the 11 and he can get on the 11.
Yeah, but he'll have more than one chance to do it.
Now,
I mean, he can play for it now.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, he's still got this 9 ball down here, but I'd be
The
more
thing
inclined
is,
to stun across.
The thing is you don't have to get that good on the 10. You just have to be on one side of it. I would probably shoot the 15, the 12, then the 10. Because once the 12's out of the way, you go to the other side of the 10, and you can just roll off the long rail. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean, you need to shoot the 12 ball and get it out of there so that it's easy to go from the 10 to the 11.
Well, he's going to dig in and get a hold of the cue ball here. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Try and come
And
across.
I would go to the side rail here. And this is why. What he was trying to do was not go to the side rail, hit a touch shot there. What he should have done there was hit it with the intent of going to the side rail. I think he tried to hold the cue ball up. And the problem with that is if you come up a little short on it, what I mean by short is that your backspin doesn't hold enough as it goes across the table, then you get this shot. I mean, the problem wasn't the fact that he was going to go from the 12 to the 10. It's the way he shot the 12. See, now he's on the wrong side of the 10 ball.
This is exactly what I saw right at the start here with this 10 ball.
But this was a simple solution. You had to hold one side of the 10 ball. What he should have done was 15, 12, 10, 11. And you know, he put himself in a spot where on the 12 ball where this is a gotta perform shot where you gotta draw the thing.
He's got to get right into this and back across and not scratch. This is a big dig.
Oh, this shot's doable. I mean, the only thing you gotta watch out for is a scratch. I mean, this shot's very doable. Well, he didn't really get into it, but he's going to get away with it, I think.
Well, he's got the pot, but he's going to have to nudge this in fairly briskly to get this cue ball anywhere in the 8.
He's just going to roll this. He's going to shoot in the corner. He's just going to roll this and come across. You know, you just got to get the speed where you don't get too heavy with this. You know, it's like a pocket speed shot.
Well, he's going up table. But he's got the shot.
Oh, good shot. So he made that run out very difficult just by the choice where he shot the 9 ball up in the corner and then had to draw off the 12 versus just shooting the 15 and stopping it, and then he had a nice angle on the 12.
Well, he's back in the lead.
You know, that's the thing about playing on bar tables though, is he still got out, but I mean, he made it hard. He definitely reduced his chance.
So Albinario back with a break, and we've had a solid and a stripe go down. We've got a solid and a stripe stuck together here at the bottom of the table as we look. So that's an issue immediately. Yeah,
I like the solids. They're both good, but I'd probably take the solids.
Well, the thing with the solids is you've got 2 balls down here that can aid you in trying to get that 4 ball free now.
Exactly.
On the other side,
you're getting it figured out. You are becoming the tactical genius in this game. That's exactly why I'm looking at it going, I'd take the solids. Now, obviously, you're still going to have to deal with a 5 ball, but see, I just like stun this 1 and then shoot the 2 and break out the.
Oh, yeah, this is it.
Yeah. And he's a little bit funny. He needs a lot of top on this because he doesn't want to get to the left side of it. Well, he went behind it.
Well, now he's in trouble.
Yeah, it's okay. He's still okay, maybe. Well, maybe not. He can't have a shot on the 3.
He's got a dodgy cut in the side pocket in the 3 if he fancies that.
The shot that I would probably play here.
Brush the 5 went behind the 14.
Exactly. maybe just bump the 14 because, you know, the 11 doesn't go. There is a carom shot or a cut on the 10, but depending on how you come up with the 14, you could leave a shot on the 14 down the rail if you're not careful, but that's the shot I'd play. You got to watch the scratch. He's actually calling a shot here, so I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
He's calling the 3 into the side past the 11, so he looks as if he's trying. Is he trying to bump the rail and bump the 11 and drop in? That's I know the 4, and that's what he's trying. That's well done.
Good shot. Yeah, that was a good shot. That's good thinking. But now he still has a 5 to deal with, and the big problem is he needs to get on the 6 really good here, and I'm not sure how he's going to do that. I think the shot is a lot of topspin with a little right English. Pop it, try to get the ball to kind of come straight down the table and run into the 5. That's what I'd be playing here is go forward and try to come straight down into that 5 ball. You're going to take a chance here because you may not come up with a shot doing that, but chances are with the 5 and 6 there, you're going to. This is a fun shot because you get to wham it. A lot of topspin, and maybe just a teeny bit of right English, maybe none. It just sort of depends on how you hit it in the pocket. He's hit it pretty good. Okay. That's all he needed. I mean, he hit it pretty good. He was a little offline and almost got himself in trouble, but he's good now. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could come up with a shot. That probably wasn't the most likely way, but you know, he's got it now. He's going to shoot the 5 in the corner, the 6, the 7, and the 8, and he wins. God, he looks like he's cutting us an awful lot. He'd know better than me. He makes balls better than I do. He hit it right in the throat. So much for what I'm looking at on my cross eyes.
Well, he's got plenty of room in the gap there. The only worry now is getting the right angle in this 7.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to be perfect, but, you know, perfect would be nice. I mean, this is just a shot. You got to make sure you hit it hard enough, you know. This is just knowing the speed.
Oh, he's come back the other way. That'll work.
That's what I was thinking he would do.
Well, the angle.
He's just gonna roll forward and take the cut back. The pocket's big enough. He's just gonna roll forward on this past 11.
He doesn't want. You know, he's drawing it.
He's coming back.
He's taking it past the 10. Or is he drawing it and coming back out to bump
I'm
the 11?
not sure what. He's coming back. I didn't like that shot. I would have just rolled it forward and taken a cut. And you know why? Because that's taking a chance. And I mean, that wasn't guaranteed. The bump on 11 was certainly not guaranteed, and it was kind of close to the 8 ball.
Well, he's called this bottom right-hand corner.
He's going to shoot the back. I mean, this is... I don't think that was a good choice. I think he should have just rolled forward there.
It's going to cheat the pocket. It's going to cheat the pocket.
Good shot.
So Albinario for it.
Those long rail banks on the bar table are pretty easy.
So we're back all square, 3 apiece. Back to Larry's break in rack number 7.
But that's one of the things that makes it hard to play safe with a bar table. Well, they lost the cue ball low again. Because you can't leave guys long rail banks. They're going to make them on this thing.
Well, Larry's got to be out here. I think he'd be. I think initially, at first glance, he would have probably liked the stripes, and he still might like the stripes simply because he's got that. Is that the 13 ball that's up there at the 11?
I like the stripes.
And you've got the 9 down here to get on the 8.
I'd probably shoot the 13 right now.
The only slight problem.
I'd probably shoot the 13 and come back and bump the 11.
That's what I was going to say. You're going to try and bump something here because those balls aren't sitting great where they are.
I'd come back and bump the 11 just because you're going to almost for sure come up with a shot there. Now he's looking at going a different way, but the 7 ball is blocking both those balls, so you have to get those apart so that you can shoot them. You could shoot the combo, you know, but it's one of those combos that if you don't get on it good. Now he may try to bump them here. Doesn't look like that's what he's doing. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Good evening to Semi-Pro.
Me personally, I would just shoot the 13 because I think it's pretty easy to come across and bump the 11 ball, and it's just natural.
Let's have a look at the angle in this 13. Well,
it's sitting perfect. It's just a matter of how much you take for the angle, you know.
You can just see enough of that 13. In fact, I'll tell you something, Steve. Unless he does something with the cue ball, I don't think he's catching those balls. It's too thin.
No, he's definitely catching those balls.
Well, that's improved.
So he decided to bump them that way, and that's fine too. I mean, that worked. It was nice and controlled. That's what I like about that shot. He didn't do anything crazy.
Now, the other shot to be concerned about is having something. If he's going to leave the 11 to as the last ball to get on that 14, then he must obviously then. Well, that's gone funny. That's it going pear shape. Yeah. He's gone to 9 though, I think.
Well, I mean that's a place where Larry's not quite as good as Alvin as those kind of, you know, precision cue ball movements. He's okay here. He's probably going to play for the 14 here next.
Bump the 6 if he can, and then play the 14.
I would play to bump the 6. It's okay. He's just gonna, you know, now he's gonna have to do something. I mean,
well, he's just gonna have to. I think he's gonna have to check this cue ball slightly just to drag it in and kill it and stop the cue ball going funny. Yeah, just so he's looking at the 11. Well, he should be good to go now. I mean, the only thing he'll do is hook himself behind the 5 to go crazy. If that happens.
Yeah, I mean, a player of this level should have a pretty good feel for that. Yeah, you're trying to come in a little bit on the short side.
Oh dear,
that's the one you can't do.
Yeah, but it always happens when you're digging into to stun and hold the cue ball.
Well,
that's when you start pushing things offline.
I'll tell you why, because you got to really pay attention to your Q-tip position there, because if you're a little right or left, the cue ball's going to curve.
You're putting that little bit of spin.
Whenever you pull the butt of the cue up, or especially putting topspin on it, the cue ball will turn so fast if you're off to one side or the other. Now in real life, there's some things you can do to offset that. And I'm not going to get into all my secrets here, but you can't do those in VP because the cue is just going to go straight. So you've got to really be aware of where that tip is. The good thing about VP is you're always going to hit the cue ball where the tip is pointed, but you've got to check it.
So Albinario's at the table. It's by far not a run-out table at the moment. The problem being the 7 ball.
He's playing safe here. He's going to put the 7 in. Or the 11 in and run the cue ball up, and that's a pretty good shot. That's what you want to do. So, Larry's going to have to try to kick this in. Larry's either going to kick this in and win or lose.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. He's got his one chance. He's probably not going to get another one.
And I'm looking to see what angle he's got there. Well,
now on this one, I tried to kick it just one rail, and the reason why is the 2 railer, I don't like the direction the cue ball's going off the 12. So I'd try to kick this in 1 rail because I'm pretty sure I'm getting a shot on the 8 if I do that.
I think that's what he's called. Yeah, just a 1 rail. At least he's hit it.
Yeah, that's not really going to matter. But, I mean, he's done. Well, he's done. I don't see Alba not getting out from here. I mean, there's 100% absolute? No, but I bet if Albin's in this situation, it's at least a 98 out of 100. I mean, you got to do something, You got to make a pretty bad mistake not to run out for here if you're Albin.
Well, that 5 ball is frozen to the rail. That 5
Well,
ball.
he got himself a little more angle than he wants, so you've got to put left English on this, and that's what he's doing. He's going to make this ball, I think. I mean, this is the right way to shoot it.
No, it's just going up and off the jaw. It just held it enough.
Now, the problem he's got is he's not good on the 4. He's going to have to go back and forth or shoot the 6 past the 8. He's going to have to make a decision here. Well, he's able to hold it. Okay. Yeah, that was a good shot. In real life, a lot of the tables you play on are going to have a lot more speed off those rails. Like some of the diamond bar tables. I played on diamond bar tables that were so fast that you'd be lucky if you could hold that ball from hitting the other long rail.
Now, Coldest Pillow, notice that your chat on, if you've gone back to YouTube, you've gone dark grey like it happened the other day. When you were on Twitch, your name is bright white. Now it's gone a dark grey colour on my second monitor. So I don't know.
You're talking about the text that's over the stream?
No, I'm talking about the text that's on my YouTube channel. I'm watching the text on it just to see. Well,
I'm just looking at the game overlay, and it's white on the game overlay.
Yeah. What happened the other not just, I think it was 2 or 3 streams ago. What happened? It seemed to be that YouTube went dead. So anybody that's on YouTube, if you're there watching, just type something to see if it's coming through.
Albin's trying to figure out whether he wants to re-break or not. Now, this is an interesting situation because if you decide the table isn't that great and you re-break, now you're taking a chance something bad could happen, like not making a ball or scratching. But, if the table looks ugly enough, so...
Yeah, YouTube is coming through dark grey, I don't know why, but at least, that means it's still working. And it's also still coming up on the screen, my chat on the screen, so that's fine. It must be working okay.
He was breaking on the 3rd ball there.
Well, Albinario has got his chance to open up a gap here.
Well, he made the 8 ball again, but I'm pretty sure he's going to shoot this one because everything looks pretty good. He's got his choice of balls. I think he's probably going to take the solids. I can't imagine he's going to take stripes. The ball is going to be hardest to get to is a 1, but he can deal with that right off the bat here. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to bump this 13 over. You want to hit this with a little bit of speed. Make sure you get through that 13 so you're not funny on the 1. Yeah, that was just enough to get it to move through. So now he's trying to say, do I want to shoot this 1 now or not? And he's going to decide not to. I'm not sure that's the right choice. It probably won't matter, because I think he's going to be able to get on the 4. He's a little thin here. I mean, I'm sure he wanted to be not this thin. I would have shot the 1 then, because, you just hit it with inside and come back off the other long rail. Now, see, he decided to shoot the 2 to get better on the 1, but he didn't get better enough. So now he's like going, okay. So again, you can hit this a little inside. You got to miss the 13. That's the thing. Or you could try to bump the 13, which may be what he's going to do. That was.
Oh, he's never
boy, he got away with it. He's okay. He got away with it. That was.
I think taking the 5 ball is certainly no problem in getting a line to run back up the table, just into the heart of the table. That's all he wants to do, and the further he goes, actually, the better, because it just means that he's got more angle here than he would really like on this. So I think he's got to come across the table here. Do well to hold this.
He doesn't have to. I mean, he can hold this if he wants.
Oh, he's come out nice. That just looked as if he had to come across the table to me, but
Well,
I'm not used to this bar table.
the thing is when you're putting right English on that, it's really going to slow down. That's that little kill shot that even with the ball close to the rail, you can get a lot
Oh, there he is.
of bite on it.
There's trouble.
Oh,
Trouble's
boy.
arrived. So Albinario has made the first critical move or important move with a 2-rack lead. Larry on his break has got a ball, and well, looking at the table, all the solids, all the stripes are going to, pretty much most of them are going to have to get in that top right hand pocket. And the other issue with taking stripes is that there's a stripe right next to Larry that's a big problem, unless it goes into the side pocket past the 7, which in actual fact it does. But
Yeah, it goes up table too. I mean, if I was him, I'd want the stripes, but I'm not sure you can take them other than shooting the 14. And once you do that, then you've gotten rid of a ball that
so
a pocket blocker, and maybe then they're not as attractive.
you looked at the chat in the room there, Steve. Look at that sequence of chat in the room there.
Yeah, I see that.
Right, so Stubbs been muted, and yet his next chat line still comes up. How does that work?
Well, because the universe is not all in synchronization at the same time. That's how.
So Larry's decided the stripes won't work. He's going for the solids. Big problem with the solids as well, because that 2-ball is isolated, stuck in the rail. It's blocked up the top of the table.
But the 2-ball's okay. I mean, the thing is where that 6-ball is it's so deep that I think he almost has to shoot the 7 now. He could play from the 7 and bump the 12 and then shoot the 3. And then maybe shoot the 1 into the 6. Shooting the 2 into the 6 is not that appealing because the 2-ball's going to want to, go right and off the rail, and, it's just hard to control the speed. I'd probably shoot the 7 here and bump the 12. He's going to shoot the 6, it looks like right now, and get it out of there. Now he's looking at the 2. I would not shoot the 2. My favorite thing is bump the 12. It's going to open up that pocket for the 8 too. You just got to hit this with a little bit of left English. Well, maybe not. I take it back. I just took a look at this. It's pretty close. It's going to hit the titty. Yeah, I don't know that he wants to shoot the. I'm beginning to like his plan of shooting the 6 right now. Oh, it didn't hit the titty. Wow, that was interesting. Well, now he's back to the same thing. He's going to have to shoot the 6. And this is tough because you can't shoot the 2 up past the side pocket unless you're,
See, the problem with this, Steve, though, this is one of these shots that's it's hard to judge. It looks as if he's trying to take a bit of the rail in the ball here.
This is a very difficult shot to get the line right off the 6-ball. I would not be taking a piece of the rail on this. I can tell you that.
Looks as if he's aiming that way at the moment.
I would probably go straight into this.
Nice.
I mean, it's just
he's
it's
lined
just
it
so
up
deep
better
in the
now.
pocket.
But this is hard to control and judge this.
It is. This is a very difficult shot. I mean, this is not where he wanted to be.
Well, why not cut the 2 there and let the cue ball come across?
Because
that's
it's a difficult shot to cut the 2, and then the 2's going to come off that 6-ball and hit the end rail and roll right up on the 9.
Well, he's going to have to play the same shot without the 6-ball being there now. He's going to have to do the same thing I just spoke about.
No. The problem is with the 6-ball there where the 2 was going to go. Now you can shoot the. This is pretty easy. So you hit this 2 with a lot of left English and just kind of slide it straight across for the 1. If you hit it with a lot, you probably bump the 8-ball gently. you're going to play position on the 1.
Is he trying to bump the 8 now? He doesn't like to bump the 8 too hard.
Well, now he's looking at shooting a 3. Yeah, this might be a better option, shooting a 3 now. The problem is, how is he going to get on the 8 ball? So now he's funny again. So here's what the problem with this is that if you don't shoot this with left English, it's going to throw more. So you can shoot it with speed. You could shoot it with right English and speed. The right English will actually reduce the throw, believe it or not, if you hit it harder.
I don't know what he's looking at in the 1 here. Is he looking to try and squeeze this 1 in
I'll
past the 11?
tell you what I would do.
Oh, this is.
I'd shoot the 2 and run into the 8 if it was me.
This is destined for failure. This is really tight.
Well, he's figuring if I miss it, I'm going to hang in the front of the pocket. That's what he's thinking.
Well, if he catches any of that 11, I think he can forget it.
Yeah. Well, and again, you know, this is going to throw a lot if he doesn't hit it. If he hits it.
Oh,
boy, what a shot that was!
I mean, look at how much of the 11 it took, and it still went in. That just shows you I've never looked at these bar tables.
He did the right thing by not babying it. So, you know, this is just come across. You can come across for the side pocket or the corner pocket, kind of what you like.
Well, he's got the
He's
shot
going to come up above the side pocket, and I think that's actually a pretty good decision because you made sure he can't scratch or get hooked behind the 12.
Now, do you just hit this plain ball and catch the 15? You don't do anything fancy. You just let it run. You're not going to scratch. You're going to run into the 15. So.
Oh no, you could curve around it depending on the speed. I would hit this with drawing to the side rail every time.
Yeah, just running it plain ball. Well,
yeah.
Vital visit there from Larry, and he found his way out, back to 1.
But that's one of the differences between real life. That kind of shot in real life, you know, most people aren't going to roll that. Or most good players, they're going to hit it. All right, so here we go. Look like the 3rd ball break again, and that's working pretty good for Albie. But this table sucks.
Oh dear.
Let's see, can he shoot the 7 now? I think if he hits the 14 hard, he can shoot the 7 now. I'd probably shoot the 14 into the 7.
Give it what are you talking about? A good bang from where he is right now?
Yeah, the 7 ball will go. You got to hit it with speed though, so it doesn't throw, because it's lined up for the pocket. So the way you get that ball in the pocket is you hit it hard so that the ball doesn't throw much. Yeah, that it goes. If you play like a lot of 1 pocket and stuff, those kind of shots, you know, you'll see those because they come up and they're, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, that's you look for dead balls like that.
Well, I mean, Albinario has got a big problem, and the big problem is he's on the solids, and there's not a ball anywhere near that 9 and 14 or. It's a 14.
14 and 7. That's why I would have shot it right then. You know, solids were good if you shot it right then. Now he's got trouble.
I don't think he can't get any success here.
I'd play safe right now. I'd lock him up right now. He's just got to decide how he's going to do it. It's a little bit tricky where that 10 ball is. Probably going to try it on a 6. Nope. He was able to bump the 4 and slide in behind. That's an excellent shot.
Yeah, I mean, Larry just wants to hit one of his balls and get to a rail. I don't think it's going to do any damage as long as he stays well away from that 14 and 9.
Everybody should pay attention to that shot Albin just played. I've been saying this over and over again about, you know, make a ball, pick the ones you want, and then play safe. And that might be the first time I've seen anybody do it in this tournament.
Did he call the 11 into the side there?
He did. Yes, he did. Yep.
Well,
so Coldest P wants to know when Stubbs going to be a moderator.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
think everybody knows the answer for that.
He's done the right thing there, and there's no damage done. That's perfectly good. I mean, Larry's going to be in trouble again, no doubt, and probably have to go 2 rails this time, because I think he's got to stick him right in that 1 and 4 this time. Just bank the 6 and die in behind that 1 and 4. Like that. So now it's going to have to be 2 rails. Now, if you pick, now Larry could come up with a reasonably good shot here if he can go maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 rails and try and catch the 11. What about that, Steve? Or up to where the 15 and the 11 is. Where's he going? Yeah, he's
calling 11.
Right. I think the idea
I'm not
is
sure
he's
I'd
maybe
call
going
a ball in this situation. But
yeah, he's maybe going to try. Is he going to try? I think he's going to try 4 rails, but the line he's taking.
No.
The line he's taking, he's going. He's trying to inside the 3.
The problem with the problem with 4 rails, you got to put a little speed on it because just bumping the ball is no good. I mean, you're going to foul. What you got to avoid here is giving Albin ball in hand.
Yeah, he's. I thought for a minute there. Let me have a look. See if we can get my lines to what. I thought he was going to go. No. Now we get the top down view. He's changed the ball. Don't think that makes any difference. But where's my thing? I'm trying to find my button. Where is it?
I think he almost has to play this 4 rails, or play for the 10 ball. Me personally, I might play for the 10 ball.
I don't know whether that's the line he's going at. He's going wider. So that was unlucky. He had the right idea. But I don't know about the pace though. The pace looked far too heavy.
Well, it was a little bit heavy, but he had to hit it not light because see. So now this is what you didn't want to give Albin.
Combo.
Yeah. The only way Albin to screw this up is leave the 3 ball in the bad spot. So if you're Albin, you've got to be planning where this 3 ball is going to end up so that you can have a shot. Ideally, you'd leave it right there and, the 14 ball moves out. A lot of it depends on how you hit this. He's looking like he's going to hit it pretty straight on. Actually, he's got a slight angle, which means the 3 ball would come out. Yeah, that worked out for him. I'm not sure that's what he was planning, but it worked out. So Semi says he finds this harder than the pub or black ball because the solids and stripes confuses me. Well, if you're getting confused by solids and stripes, then I'm just not sure what to say about that. I'm going to skip comment on that. The table cushion bounce catches me out. Well, I mean, the rails are going to be different. That's something you got to adjust to. Honestly, I think the only reason why this game is maybe slightly harder than the black ball, it's a little different. I mean, the pockets on the pub table a little tighter, so that makes it harder in one sense. But in the other sense, strategy-wise, that free shot's very powerful. So if you can get your opponent in trouble and get a free shot, that's a big penalty. You don't have that in this game. So the strategy is similar, but
oh dear,
that was a terrible kick.
That's the third time.
That was a rotten kick.
And it's happened again at the worst possible time. He's trailing by 2, had to break, needed a ball and a shot, and he's given Albie, well, ball in hand in the kitchen to start with. So once again, he's got to go up the table. But where's he going? Let's have a look. Is he playing the got to be playing the combo in the 10?
Yeah.
And therefore he's got 2 stripes over the side pocket and the right.
And I will say this about the balls being a little dirtier. Not only do they throw more, but they're going to grab the rail more, which is going to change how the cue ball comes off the rail a little. It's going to make the pockets play a little tighter than they would. I mean, it changes some things. But I don't, again, these balls aren't like any kind of ridiculous dirty. They're just a little bit dirty.
Well, it's going to be the pink 12 ball to bump the 8 ball. So Albie's committed to the stripes, and straight away he's not exactly in the prime position. He's got a little dodgy cut here.
Well,
balls
Semi,
coming.
I'd say just play this game more because, I think it's just getting used to it. So he's kind of funny here. I might shoot this 11 ball with some speed and hit the 8 ball out of there because I'd shoot the 11 into the 15 and let the 11 hit the 8. You're taking a little bit of a chance, but the 8 ball is going to have to move unless you're going to play a bank. Now, there's nothing wrong with playing a bank shot. Some players might play for that. Leave the 13 last and bank the 8 in the side.
Now would be the time to get on this 12 where he's coming back into the 8, but he doesn't want to bump the 8 up onto the 5 or something like that.
No, he could try to move the 8 ball right now. I mean, it's certainly not a terrible shot to do that. He's got both the 11, the 12, and the 13 to shoot. He'll probably come up with a shot. If it was me, I would not be using the 12 to move the 8 because a lot of stuff could go wrong. You get a little funny on the 12, and all of a sudden, you lose control of the 8.
It looks as if he's trying to get the 2 out of the way. I think that's what he's doing.
He's so that's just not that great a choice. I would have shot the 15, come off the rail, and bump the 8 because almost for sure you're going to get a shot on one of the 3 balls that's left. Now he's going to get down to I'm going to have to perform.
Well, if you look at the way those 2 balls finished there, Steve, all that was wrong with that shot was he didn't hit it hard enough.
Well, but when you're coming in behind the ball like that, that's a hard way to break it out versus hitting a 15 and coming directly into the 8. You don't have to put tons of speed on it, and it's just a lot easier to break it and control it. I'm not saying what he did wouldn't work, but it just seemed like not the best way to do it to me.
I've got hundreds of those trading cards on Steam, and I haven't the foggiest idea what you're supposed to do with them. I've never paid any attention to that stuff.
I didn't even know about trading cards on Steam.
Yeah, I've got 21,000 points as well, and I don't know what you're supposed to. You can upgrade things or change backgrounds and stuff. I don't pay any attention to that stuff. That's kid stuff by the sounds of it to me.
Well, he's going to shoot the 11 and the 15 and try to break the 8 out, and he's funny now. He's not good on the 11. Things are going downhill for Albin here real fast. I think he can maybe throw this ball and stop it where he can cut the 15 and get to the 8. This is maybe not. This is he might have to try to come off the long rail here, stun across and come back out for the 15. I think that's what he's going to have to do here.
Well, if he's going forward, he's got to be catching some of that 5.
He's going to go to the long rail just like that.
He stunned it.
That's the shot I was talking about. He hit it really good. So this shot isn't too bad. The thing about this shot you got to be careful of is hooking yourself on the 2 ball because you're going to come in behind the 8 and try to knock the 8 down the rail. Now I would hit this with a little bit of speed, more speed, have a little less control just to make sure that I didn't see the 9 ball there. Okay, well this isn't so bad, but again, you got to pick the line you're hitting this 8 ball and see what the cue ball's doing. If you hit on the left side of the 8 ball, the cue ball is going to want to go behind the 2.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hit this too soft.
But if you're on the right side of the 8 ball, then you're hitting it into the 2, and if you're going to do that, then you're thinking I'm going to take the cue ball like 2 rails around the corner, end rail, side rail, and out for it. Yeah, see, that's the problem with going that way. That's exactly what I was talking about, is you're going to go right behind the 2 ball. And see, here's what I don't get, is Albin's a good enough player, he should know that. If he was going to actually play that shot and go behind the 2, he would have had to hit it with speed, take a chance that he could scratch the cue ball. I would have gone the other way. I would have hit the 8 into the 2 with speed, and then the cue ball comes off and goes 2 rails, end rail, side rail, and out. Because this was just waiting to happen. And he tried to hit a little harder, but it still didn't work.
Well,
Hugh, you know why I can see these things happening? Because I've done them all
yeah.
and had it cost me many times. You know, after you do that a few times, you go, you know what, I'm not doing that again.
So, Coldest Pillow, what do you level up your account for, though? What's the reward that you get for doing that?
I guess he's saying you get $V or something.
I mean, I've been on Steam for goodness knows how many years. I think since it first came out.
Was he jumping this or shooting a Masse? Looks like he's trying to jump it.
He's trying to Yamaguchi Taru catch the edge of the 8-ball.
Yeah, well, this could scratch too.
What a shot.
What a shot. What a shot that was.
What a shot that
was.
Oh
my God.
That was excellent.
Larry's wondering what just happened.
Larry was thinking, oh, I'm well in here, and suddenly he's 3 down and we're running out of racks already.
That was an incredible shot. Wasn't it Fast Eddie that invented that shot with the playing cue?
Well, it's
here we go. He's on the third. Well, he lost the cue ball low that time, but he got away with it.
Ball has gone in. Solid,
he's breaking on the third ball.
5
he made the 5 ball.
So 5 balls going in. 2 ball is right in the middle. 3 balls handy for it.
I think he's got to take the stripes here.
7 ball is the big issue. If he can get straight on it. Now, is that too far apart to get that 7 ball to follow in?
Yeah, that would be almost close to impossible. I would shoot the 11 in the side and draw it back. You're either going to hit the 4 and shoot the 9, or it's going to come out, maybe shoot the 10. I'd be looking at drawing this into the side rail and hitting a 4. That 13 or the 12-15 is easy because when you shoot the 10, you're going to get to it. Oh, he's able to hold it all the way and over there. Yeah, the stroke of God. So he could shoot this 10 right now. I probably would. I'd probably leave the 9. He's going to come out, but I probably would have just shot the 10 and spun it right over there into the 12-15. He's trying to hit it now, and he's not. And that was kind of asking a lot. The 10 ball was automatic. You just had to pick how you were going to hit it.
He's a bit straight on this 14.
Yeah, I mean, he should have shot the 10 right then. And then you just got to decide, am I going to hit the 12 or am I going to hit the 15? You got to decide what ball you want to hit. But either one of them you could have hit with the 10. Watch out.
He's staying up.
Okay. So you managed to figure it out. He's okay, except his 12 ball is, and that's part of the problem of breaking it out from that side. If you're coming like into the 15 ball off that 10, it would have gone towards the side rail and the 12 would have sat there. Now, if you would have hit the 12 and then the 15, you might have ended up with this kind of thing going the other way. So that's why you got to pick what you're going to hit. But with the shot he had, he really couldn't do that.
I'm looking to see you.
He could play in the gap. I mean, he's in trouble here because the 12 ball's in a really crappy spot. It does go in the side pocket, and you got to think about how am I going to get a shot on the 12 in that side pocket, or how am I going to bump one of those balls? And unfortunately for him,
now if he just runs this plain ball, is he not going to take a lump of that 6 ball?
I might shoot the 15 and just try to come across the side rail and into the 12-3. I mean, he's got that shot. He can shoot the 15 and come across.
Oh, he's banking
He's going to try to bank it, and he's going to draw this back. Now, the problem with this shot is that the 2 ball is in the way, and that could really muck things up. Now, I think he was trying to bump the 3, and that didn't happen.
I think he's still got enough of the 15.
Well, yeah. He's gonna have to shoot the 12 on the side. He's gonna check this up and shoot the 12 ball on the side, I think. I mean, that's what I would be doing in this situation. And And if he's got a good situation here because he can bump the 2 ball. And if he bumps the 2 ball, he's really good on the 12. What the heck's he doing? Oh, I think he's got to masse this. I don't think he can see this. Yeah, he had to masse that. That's a very good shot. Well, unfortunately, with the masse, he wasn't able to come up and bump the 2, but I think he's in a spot where he can get to this 13. He's going to have to get a little creative here.
Now, is he playing this off the rail to knock the 13 in, or is
He
he playing it on the
could.
side?
He could. That's a little tricky getting on the 12. The 12 is going to go over by the other corner pocket, so he could do that.
Now, if you sort of jabby punch this in, the cue ball's got to be going into the gap, and it just has to open up far enough.
That's tough. That is, I'm telling you right now, that's tough.
I don't think he's got any other option, has he?
Well, he can hit this harder and go around the 3 ball and to the end rail and back out. This is a tricky shot trying to get in that gap. He may rub the 3 ball on purpose.
And he's bumped to 4 and everything's okay.
Yep,
the only problem now is he's got to...
That was really good.
Is he going to just drop below the 8 ball? I think he might as well take his medicine here, just drop below the 8 ball for it in the side. I don't think he should be trying anything heroic.
That's what I'd be doing. I would be shooting the 8 in the side every time. There's no way I would be trying to move anything here. Take what the table gives you.
Just got to go over far enough to make it a good line. And well, that's good enough.
That's
I would have liked to have travelled a bit more, but you take what you've got at this stage. But this is good work from Albinario.
I'll tell you what, that was a really good run out. He made it tough. I think it would have been a lot easier if he would have shot the 10 instead of the 9 right up front, but he still managed to get it done.
And it goes. Well, Larry's under pressure now. First of all, he's got to come up with a break where the cue ball's on the table.
Now he's breaking. This is interesting. I'm not sure where he's hitting this.
Oh dear. Oh well, that 10 ball saved the cue ball there because that cue ball was heading south.
Yeah, but it didn't.
And it's come up dry.
It was dry, so he's in trouble.
Look at this. There's not a ball in a rail. They're all in the sort of centre of the table.
Yeah, and this kind of table is harder to run out than it looks because there's a lot of balls close together. It looks like you should just be able to go dink, 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 but it's a lot harder than it looks.
Well,
and right off the bat, he's
4 in front.
Everything's funny. They're both good, the solids and the stripes. He can take either one. I'd probably take the stripes because looks like that's what he's got. He's got a shot on the 10. He's got a shot on the 9. There's really not any problems with either of them. It's just a question of being able to work through all these balls tied together. Yeah, I'd probably shoot the 10 ball right now. The 9 might be okay too. I mean, the thing is, if you shoot the 9, you're probably going to hit that 1 ball. He decided to take the 14. I didn't even know that ball went. So, yeah, he's good. I think he'll get out here. This is the kind of table that a guy like Albin has a big advantage on because he's so good moving the cue ball. I'm pretty sure he's going to run this out. I mean, the only ball that's really any issue at all is the 12.
Right.
And it's not a big issue. It goes in the side. It goes in 2 corner pockets. So, yeah, he's got 3 pockets for it. Maybe shooting the 13 now. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's blocking the 12. He just has more options.
Well, you can certainly see enough of the 13.
Yeah.
And the 11's sort of isolated where it is, so he's more inclined to get rid of it.
He could get rid of that and then shoot the 13. I like getting a 13 out of there. It just gives you more options for the 12. But if you have a way to get on the 12, I mean, the 12 goes in 2 other pockets. So, he's got to have a plan here that involves rolling the cue ball or stopping the cue ball and not having to do a lot of fancy things because Just kind of table fancy things will get you in trouble.
Well, he's checked the cue ball to hold it.
Okay, so
obviously
he's going to
for
shoot the 10 and then shoot the 12 on the other side, and then shoot the 11, then shoot the 13. So he's in a perfect spot to shoot the 12 in the other side pocket. I'm pretty sure he's going to do that. Now, if he gets funny on this, he won't be able to go to the 11. He'll have to shoot the 13, but I don't think that's a big issue.
Oh, he's gone too far. He's let it leak away.
Well, he's going to be shooting the 12 down in the corner where the butt of his cue is. So what he's going to do here is he's probably going to hit this 13 with a little bit of check. Let's see.
Oh,
he actually wants a little angle back so he can bump the 7 ball.
He's not got an awful lot of room to work with here.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's going to play for the 12 in the same corner as the 13. And he's a little funny on this, but I think he's okay. He's just got to control the speed here.
Now the question is whether he's trying to play for a hit in the 6 ball here, or whether he's trying to avoid the 6 ball. You know, he's just hit it sort of plain to let it run and open out, and that's pretty good. The only thing now is he's just got to make sure he goes right past the 1 ball. I think if he can stun this firm enough, he should, I think, be able to stun across right through the path there.
I think he'll stun this. This is a little tricky though, because it could bump to 7. It's very close. You know.
I think he might. He could possibly catch it.
I would maybe hit this with stun and right English, or a little draw and right English, so that the cue ball goes that side rail and spins out from it.
Oh,
well, he didn't hit it.
He's going to be on top of it. Oh no.
And now you can kind of see how tricky it is, a table where all those balls are kind of out there and close together. I mean, he got funny on the 12, and then he had to scramble, and then he ended up, you know, with this, and it was all because he got funny on the 12 ball. Well, this is a shot that you're going to make at least half the time, I would say. This is a pretty easy shot. I mean, especially on VP, where you know you're not going to accidentally put English on it. I expect him to make this. You couldn't have an easier angle to shoot the set where you're just right next to the ball, and the ball's close to the pocket, so you know you got a pretty big target there to make that 8 ball.
No, you know, is it not maybe an easier line to go right into the long rail on the other side and kick the 8 from that side? He's got further to travel, but is it not easier to get the line?
No, this is the one you want to shoot it. Oh, you missed it. I would have shot it that way too, because that's very tricky getting the angle when it's close like that. I mean, the angle is pretty easy where he is at, and that's, I don't know, you know, I mean, I know if I'm going to miss that, I'm probably missing it thin like that.
Well, Larry could seal his own fate here, and he would do that by not being able to get out.
Well, I mean, it's just
as simple as that. You know, he's
player Larry's level. You know, he's out here. I mean, there's no way he's not running out. If he doesn't run out, then that's just you know, you're just dogging it at this point. If you can't get out from here, you know, good player, they should, you know, they should be at least 98%er. All the balls are out and open. There's only 1 pocket block.
You know, the way he's thinking here, you know, it's as if he's.
Well, you kind of got to go boom, 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 boom. This is the order I'm going to shoot him in. But I tell you,
straight away he's going funny.
Well, I'll tell you what happens to players is they start looking at.
He's looking at problems that aren't necessarily there.
They get a little nervous, and all of a sudden it looks like it's hard.
Yeah.
Like the run out looks hard. The first sign something's wrong is the first ball he shoots, he's firing it in the hole, you know, really hard, which really isn't the way to play this game.
Well, he's got to come back
shoot
across.
1 7 ball next.
Is he going to just
7-3.
play 7 and or he's going to play 7 on the side? I thought he was maybe going to come back across.
He's a little funny on this because he needs to shoot the 3 next. I think he'll go forward. I probably would have come forward and come out, but that's fine.
He's good now because he's fine.
A player Larry's level is going to get out on this. I think he's just a little bit.
Well, he's
caught up in the moment.
Yeah, you've got to take it into the context of the match because he's trailing big time and he knows he has to get out. This is it's not last chance saloon, but he's got to stay in touch.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, but I'll tell you what, I used to have I had that happen a lot of times where I got a few balls left on the table, I'm looking at it and the run out looks really hard, and I'm thinking to myself, why does it look really hard? It's not. But that's what happens when, your brain starts doing things to you. And you know what? It could happen again. I could be playing, somebody like a top player and get in this situation where it's a close match and I got that table and, you think, well, this will never happen to me again. And it hasn't happened to me in a long time. And next thing you know, it happens to you again. It's kind of the way the game is.
No prizes for guessing. I think it's got to be, that's the 10 ball that's up next to 8, isn't it? No, it's a 2 ball, so maybe there is a fair bit of thinking needing done here to work this one out because the balls are.
Yeah, I'd be taking the solids every time here. There's no doubt I'd be taking solids.
2 ball to come into the 14 and hold for the final 8. That would be the plan there.
That 14 ball is. Yeah, I actually did that against Alex Pagalayan up in Derby. It wasn't this looks hard. I scratched in the side pocket in a situation I never should have. I just got nervous and I was up 3-1 at the time, race to 9, and I ended up losing that match. And the first time I'd ever played him, the only time I've ever played him. And it happens in VP too. Guys get nervous. Whoa, I don't think he wanted to do that. Wow.
Well,
we saw, who was it that did that? Semi-pro did that the other day too. It just hit the combo bad and the ball takes off and all of a sudden,
Well, he's got a bailout, so he's still okay.
I don't know. I don't see any bailout. He's going to have to play safe here.
He's on the solids. Is that not the 6 ball he can see up there?
No, he can't see the 6 ball. He's going to have to play safe there. No, he can't shoot that 6 ball. No way. Not unless he's banking.
Yeah, he's going to. He's looking at twisting around the 12 at distance here. That's what he's contemplating there.
Yeah, I think if he twists it, it'll probably go. I think that's what he's going to probably try is twisting it because I think it's close enough he could twist it.
Well, he's looking and looking and looking, so I don't think he's any other option unless he was.
It's either play safe or, it's play safe or shoot at the 6. He could shoot the 4-2 combo, but that's a crazy shot. You could also back cut the 4. Now the 11's blocking part of the pocket.
Back to the 6 ball.
Well, he's going to have to bend it. I think, that kind of shot, it's sitting good enough that, if you hit that with top left and maybe raise the butt of the cue just a little, it'll work. And, that was the other option. And that's the thing is that's not a bad option. It's like he just said to himself, why should I take a chance? Let me just do this, and how's Larry going to get out of this? So, one thing that's good to do sometimes is when you're considering shooting that safe, and you're not going to get the hook because the 15 ball is going to be available. You have to say to yourself, well, if it was sitting like this and I had to shoot it, what could I do?
Well, I think Larry's in dire straits here.
Well, and I think you can see that even though he's not hooked, he's in trouble.
Yeah, that 4 ball's the ball that's causing Larry a problem because Larry wants to sort of bump the 15 and stick on the 3.
Well, I think he needs to put the cue ball back on the end rail. Well, he didn't get it there. So that's no good. He needed to put it back on the end rail so that there was no shot on the 6 because the 4 and the 3 weren't going to be very good.
6 ball. out into the table for the 3 ball, but
Yeah.
got to get good in this too, though. The 2 ball still got to be on it good.
Guys, just a little tip that should be obvious, I would think, is that if your opponent was in trouble in a spot, put him back in that same spot, because he's still going to be in trouble. Nothing really changed much on the table.
Well, I told you, Coldest Pillow, I told you that that for some reason everybody's sort of greyed out on YouTube on my screen. The chat is coming through though, and which is better than what it was doing the other day.
I'll tell you something else I think is hurting Larry, is the pace of this game. Albin's taking a lot of time, and Larry takes a lot of time too. And sometimes if you're a player that takes a lot of time, like Larry does, when the other guy does it, it can really throw you off. I mean, when you're the guy that takes a lot of time and everybody else plays fast, then, you know, you're used to that. But all of a sudden you get against somebody else that takes a lot of time like you do, and now the pace of the game is really slow, and that can really get you messed up. It can really mess your rhythm up.
Well, Larry might not have much longer to suffer this pace, because Albinario is stretching the lead again, and
well, the problem Larry has is Albin's been breaking well on its alternate break, and he only needs 2. So this is going to be tough for Larry. He's got a ball in. He's got control of the cue ball. The table's not wonderful. So.
Oh, I don't like either setup, simply because you get two problem areas.
I think you got to take the stripes. The problem is he didn't have a shot on the stripe. So when you get in this situation, you either have to figure out how to make the solids work, or you have to play safe. I just don't like the solids at all. I mean, that 1 ball is going to be really hard to get to. You know, the question is, well, if I'm going to play safe, how am I going to do it? So one thing you can do is try to play safe in a way that Albin has to take the solids, or he has to play safe. That's one option.
Well, is he trying to spin down here and get lucky, Larry, already?
See, you could just bump that 5 ball and leave the cue ball there, and then Albin's got no shots except on the solids. I guess you could bank the 15. So you got to think about this when you get in this situation where it's really shitty, of just making Albin take the strikes.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought Larry was looking at that.
The solids.
He was
that was a good shot.
Out, yeah.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah.
But it was very risky, because the 6 ball could have been locked up. It almost was.
Well, I think Larry's looking at the scoreboard and thinking, well, I might as well go down fighting.
Yeah, well, he's got a pretty good chance of getting out from here, because he shoots a 2 and then the 6 next. He's got the 4, bump the 12, shoot the 7, shoot the 1, and he's out. I think it's 2, 6, 4, 7, 1, 8. Hold on, ball. Hold on. Yeah, he's a little bit straight on this. This is a little bit touchy here. Maybe just bump the 13 ball and leave the cue ball there, and leave the angle on the 4. That's probably what I'd do, rather than shoot a touch shot. Yeah, so he may have to shoot the 1 next after this, because I don't think he's going to be able to hold this for the 7. So if you know you're not going to hold...
I think he's fine. I think he's just going to drop this in dead weight and kill it in the 12.
No, you want to roll through this and shoot the 1 next, like that.
Right, well...
Because if you try to get on that 7, next thing you know, you're locked on it and crappy.
What do I know with this bloody bar table?
Now, this is just straight left English, and a lot of it, and roll it.
And
there you go.
He's going to be out.
Yep, well done by Larry. That was a very good out. Very good out. That was, he took a chance, but, you know, I mean, He saw the shot. I
Well,
mean, that was not an easy shot, making the 5 ball and coming back into that to break out that 1 ball. That was a,
well,
that
right,
was a very fine shot because
right
getting the
at the
line
start,
coming off the rail is
I
tough.
thought that looking at the shot he had, I thought he had that in mind. Either going forward, I don't know whether going forward would have worked as well, but he came back the way, and he made the decision he was going to go for it, and
Yeah,
well done to him for that.
it was risky because he took 2 risks. One is that getting the line on that kind of shot is very difficult, and the other is that the balls could have rolled bad on him, so it was like a double risk. But he got away with it, and then he did what he needed to get out.
And of course, with it being alternate break, Larry just has to sit now and be patient and hope. But looking at this table, 8 balls over the corner pocket, Albinario's not committed yet. But if he commits to the stripes, he's going to have to play a pretty good little shot to get on that pink 12. That's
Well, the problem that he's got is that he's got a couple balls that are potentially going to be issues. Um,
he's taking the solos, I think.
I think so because the problem with taking the stripes is there's 2 balls that are going to be hard to get on. I think he's making the right choice there, and that was a nice shot not to roll the 12 up on the 1 ball.
Yeah, one still clean into the side or into the corner, not a problem there. They're all lined up just for boom, 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 and like machine gun shot.
Yeah, well, that kind of boom, 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 boom isn't quite as easy. Now, if you got a bunch of pockets to shoot them in, it's not hard. I shot some lineup drill. I was watching Yasmin Ushan, and she had this lineup drill playing it different ways, And so I went and tried it, put all 15 balls in the line, and when you can shoot them in any pocket, that's super easy. I think I tried it twice like that, ran out first try both times, and I haven't been playing any pool. So the moral of that story is when you got balls in a line like that and you've got a bunch of pockets to shoot in, it's really easy.
Well,
Now,
see,
if you've got 1 or 2 pockets, then it gets a lot harder.
yeah, he's having to roll through because he was just slightly too straight in the wrong
Yeah,
side of that
but
one there, and I
but
don't
that's
think
what
he's
I'm
ran
saying.
through far enough, has he?
He's fine.
Oh no, he's good. He's good.
Yeah. When you got all these pockets to shoot them in, so you just slide this over, shoot the 2 into the same side, and probably play to shoot in the corner or roll forward. I mean, this is easy when you got all these pockets.
Now,
Now the tricky thing here is that he needs to get on a 7 in a way that it's easy. Ideally, you want to be able to just roll forward to shoot this 3 ball.
well, that
And
should
he's
be
perfect.
good enough.
Yeah, he's perfect. So now he can just roll forward, shoot the 3, and it's a winner.
Well, Larry's going to be breaking to save the match from here on in if he's getting any other breaks other than the next one, because Albie's going to be on the hill.
You get behind in alternate break against good players, and it's super tough to come back. I would much rather play winner breaks against good players.
And that's what makes it tough. I mean, Larry's main failing tonight's the fact he's scratched too many times. But other than that, I don't think he's did an awful lot wrong, Larry. It's just the problem is Albie's not done an awful lot wrong either.
He had a little section in the middle of the match where he made a couple mistakes that really, opened up the match for Albin. It was pretty close. It was like 5-5 or 6-5 or something. Larry made a couple mistakes, and next thing you know, it's like 9-5. I mean, Albin won like 3 or 4 games in a row.
Well, tough ass now. But Larry likes it tough. But, he's going to have to
Yeah, well.
There we go. No sooner have I said scratching and boom, there it goes again. Well,
and you know what? That's kind of a funny scratch. I mean, it maybe VP is breaking a little different than real life on this table, because that was not a scratch I expected to see. I mean, I've seen that happen, but He may have pulled the cue ball back a little quick, but it really didn't look like that bad a break.
Well, it's going to be stripes and probably get around the corner off that. Is that the 13 that's up there, and come round for the 10 on the side and get rid of all of that, because that's then all the issue up the table dealt with.
Yeah, he's got to deal with the 13 and he's got to deal with the 10. And I don't think he can get to the 10 right now. If he shoots the 13, he can't get to the 10.
Well, can you not just go behind the 2 and come over to the gap between the 10 and the 4?
Well, that's what he's looking at doing. It's just kind of getting the angle. You got to pull it right over on the side rail, and because you got to go forward with English to try to get to the side pocket. I think he's trying to do this where he can go forward this way, and that's hard. And that was. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe force it through. It wasn't going to work that way, or not likely.
Well, the 10 ball doesn't go into the side. That's the problem.
Now he's got trouble. I think what he should have done if he wanted to get on the 10 was put the cue ball all the way over on the side rail and hit it with top right and gone 2 rails around the corner. It's just that's not a shot anybody enjoys, being right on the rail, putting English on it.
What about this for a crazy shot, Steve? Cut the 10 onto the 8 and pot the 9, and then clear up and win the match.
Yeah, it's not a bad shot.
It's a big target.
Well, the only problem is I wouldn't shoot that just because there's a good chance the 8 sitting in the pocket and the 10 sitting right on top of the 8. Now, this will probably work. He's going to hit the 12, come off the 11. It's going to go into, oh no, he's not going to shoot the 12.
He's cutting the 11.
He's playing the 11. He's playing a combo here. This is an interesting shot. This isn't a bad choice. Because I think, he's still going to end up with a shot on 11 most likely. I don't think he's going to end up where the 8 ball is going to be a problem.
You think he's hit it soft enough, and that's it. Well, I say that's it. How's the 14 sitting?
It's very tight. But he can move it now. He can go forward with right English. He's going to cheat the pocket and go forward directly to it.
He's just trying to get a...
I think he can cheat the pocket enough he can bump it.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Just looking to probably brush the 1.
If he can't, he can always go forward and hit it. Well, I don't think you're brushing the 1. I think if you're cheating the pocket, you're going straight into the 14 because, his problem is still going to be the 10 ball.
That's dead center in the pocket, so he's got left to work with, and that'll do it.
Well, unfortunately, he needed to come up with a shot on the 14 there, so now he's got trouble. This is not a good situation.
Oh, I forgot about the 10.
Yeah,
I forgot about the 10. Now, he might want to play... Now, see, the problem now is that he can't bank the 10 onto the 8 and pot the 11 because it's not going in.
Yeah. Well, you can make the 11 and call safe, but I think that's tough. So he's just going for it here. This is a do or die shot.
No, is this
he's
the
going to try to come.
Is he getting enough of that 10 to cut it? You think he thinks he's got enough to cut it?
No, I think he's going to bank it.
I don't think.
He might be able to cut it, though. It's close. He's looking at cutting it. I think if you hit this slow, it'll throw enough. You got to put a lot of right English on it. If you don't hit this too hard, I think you can make it.
Wait a minute, get my mouse.
You got to get around. You got to get around the 4 ball or bump the 4 ball. It looks like if you hit it slow, it might go around it. This is a touchy shot.
Yeah, was that legal? We'll find
out.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Game, set,
that
match.
Was tight. That was close.
So Albinario.
Well, Albin looked good. It's beginning to look like a Swede. It's beginning to look like a Swede may win this tournament.
Yeah, and an 11-6 win for Albinario. We'll have a look at the stats for the match. How did it end up there?
It was 11-6, I think.
Right, let's go to that.
So now we're going to have Albin and Cobra.
And
the winner of that plays Slim. Slim has just tore through the lower part of the bracket.
Albinario and Larry. Now there he is there. Well, Larry's stats are not going to be pretty looking in one section, I'll tell you that straight away. Look at the break files, 4 of them. Look at Albinario's balls in the break. I think that's the highest I've seen. Level 2.
Is it? Yeah, that's pretty good.
And
Albin broke really well.
Well, look at Larry's. He's only 0.6. 100% break percentage. Run out from the break 5.
Well, I'm not sure that you get credit for balls when you scratch.
I don't think you do, looking at that stat. Because Larry certainly potted balls in the break.
I'm not sure whether it does that or not.
Yeah.
No.
Racks run, Albinario 8, and he had 13 shots.
Well, here's something interesting. Here's something interesting. Larry's got 3 racks run, but he had 3 break and run out. So Larry never ran a rack off of Albin's break.
No. And the fact that you look at Albinario's racks run, he had 8, and what 3 or 4 of them would be maybe Larry's.
So I think you were correct when you said Larry's played pretty good. I mean, the big difference really does look like the scratching on the break.
Yeah, very penal. Right, so the schedule is now clear. So just to confirm things on the bracket, top to bottom we have Albinario lined up with Cobra, which that's a hot seat match, isn't it? To see who gets in the final with Slim. I didn't know Slim had got to the final. Oh no, he hasn't.
Yes.
No, it's a hot seat match.
It's going to be the hot seat match between whoever wins Albin Cobra is going to play Slim for the hot seat.
So you've got Bedhead and Larry on the one loss side. You've got Stubb waiting on the loser of. No, wait a minute, that's not right. Who's Stubb waiting on? He's waiting on a loser. So it'll be the loser of the Slim match, won't it? Pretty certain.
No, I think it's I think it's a loser with Albin and Cobra. Click on between Albin and Cobra.
Albin and Cobra go to the bottom half of the draw. Yeah, so it'll be the match following the match, if you know what I mean, that will give. Simanx and Coldest Pillow are playing at the moment. Let's just dive in there. So
no, he's looking at. Well, scroll up a little. I think it's between Bedhead and Larry. You're going to play.
Oh, that's the one lost side, though, isn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's between McClarkey and Popman. The McClarkey and Popman have to play, and
is McClarkey in this tournament?
Yeah, he's playing Popman in the losers bracket, and the winner of that plays Stubb.
How come I've never seen any of Matt's matches? What the hell's happened to him? Ah, right. So Matt.
What happened to him? Popman. Well, he's forfeited.
Right.
So he's forfeited 3 matches. So it's looking like Popman may get a forfeit.
Yeah, I don't think Matt's got any intention of playing
in
this.
It would be nice if he's not going to play because I think he didn't like the way the first match goes. It would be nice if he's not going to play that he forfeited it now, so Popman had more time to schedule the match with Poland Tower.
That was commentator's curse coming back into the stream there because Coldest Pillow just followed in.
Maybe I should just DQ him now because he said he couldn't stand this game after he lost the first one.
All right, so because Matt's not been around.
You know what? Then. I'm gonna forfeit him right now.
Just do it now.
Because it's not really fair.
Yeah.
It's not really fair for these guys to have to wait till the deadline.
Well, Larry, I think it's back to the drawing board as far as the break goes. What do you think?
Let me check one thing. Let me see if there was. I'm gonna only check one thing. I'm gonna make sure there wasn't any proposal sent by Matt.
Yeah.
Before I forfeit him out.
and I don't think there will be.
I don't either.
I
I
thought
figure I should at least look.
I thought you'd be doing your straight break, Larry, and just coming back to the kitchen. And I think I'd be reverting to that if I was you after the disasters you've had tonight. Change it up. I think one thing it will do is, you could say that. Oh, here we go again. Oh, what you could say that, but I reckon it's the safest way to keep the cue ball on the table and just ride your luck. Because I think that's a better bet than what's happened to you tonight.
Okay,
Anyway.
I've DQ'd Clarky because I don't think he's showing up.
So this one loss side's a race to 9. It's Coldest Pillow with a slender 5-4 lead against Simanx.
So Potman, if you're on the stream, you can go ahead and make your match with Stubb.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Potman tonight. In fact, I don't know whether is he in the lobby. Hang on. I don't think he is. Let's have a look.
Well, Larry, you know, Albin was breaking on the next ball down, which might be the ticket in VP. He was breaking on the third ball and doing real well with it.
Oh, look who's arrived in this room again.
Oh, God.
Here he is. The missiles have landed. Uh-oh. No, I think he's fine. Well, he's fine in terms of keeping the cue ball on the table. But this is a bedhead cut if ever you've seen one. Oh, I think it was more like it caught the 10 than caught the 8. That no, it wasn't. So, Steve, is it going to be the right thing to do to go tramping in the mountains in this heat? Because even in the mountains, it's pretty damn hot, is it not?
See, the high is probably going to be 55.
Oh, that's a perfect Scottish summer day. That 55.
No, it's not going to be hot up there. The lakes are still the lakes are frozen.
Are they?
There's snow all over the place. Yeah, we're talking about 11, 12,000 feet. It's going to be snow everywhere and frozen. I'm going late this year because of that. Okay, so.
Oh, is that who Popman plays next? Stubb, when the cue ball's gone.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling them to go send this so that, they get their match rolling. I didn't DQ Clarky so that Stubb could sit around and not send him a proposal.
Right, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just try and send him a message on Facebook. That's what I'll do. And he's bound to get that message. Right, now, where is he? There he is.
Well, we've got a pretty good match going here. It's 5-5.
Yeah, but I think it would be not offensive to say to in front of these guys, nowhere near the same standard as what we've just seen.
Well, no.
Send proposals.
But it doesn't mean it can't be a good match. I mean,
to Stubb, right? So that's a message sent to Potman, so he'll get himself into gear once he gets that and knows that Matt's been forfeited.
Yeah, because now that they've got to the 26th, but This way they got a bunch of extra days, because otherwise they'd only have,
That
5 days.
that is true, and I've totally forgotten about that. I'm glad you mentioned that, Bedhead. That's right. I mean, I never saw the match because it was at some weird time. But Simax put out LS3. But talk about somebody that blows hot and cold. This is the guy that blows hot and cold, and he certainly must have blew more hot in that match to beat LS3.
Yeah, I think, LS3 is maybe struggling a little bit with this game. The match I saw her play, there's a lot of indecision.
Well, Simax's problem now, of course, is that 10 balls locked away, and I don't think 12 doesn't go.
Well, this is where you pin him on the 10 ball. Well, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but that's where you pin him on the 10 ball and make him kick.
No.
Which obviously didn't happen, so,
That
I'd bank
ball,
the 2 ball. I'd bank the 2 ball right now. See, that's where you bank the 2 ball right then. Because you can leave the cue ball, on top of the 10 and still have a shot on the 1. And if you make the 2 ball, you win. But he didn't do that because he just made.
I mean, look at this. Popman, I mean, it's what time is it? It's come up to 10 o'clock at night. Popman's probably, he could even be in bed. And Stubb says he sent a proposal for 10 minutes time.
the problem here is that, well, that was not smart. He should have just rolled forward and shot the bank. Why did he do that? I guess he wanted to hook himself. So this. I think this bank still may go. It's close. Oh, he's not going to shoot it.
No, but what he has done is he's left it.
It's not a terrible strategy.
I mean, it's a straight in.
The problem is that he. Well, I said the strategy wasn't terrible. I didn't say the result was good. Problem is he left the 2 ball.
Right. Well, this is where you juice it up with the spin and don't scratch bottom right hand corner pocket with the 8 ball.
Well, see, it's interesting. It's interesting watching.
You got to get a lot more spin on it than that. It's
interesting watching, players at this level play and try to play a strategy. And, some of the things, they're thinking reasonably well sometimes, although not quite, getting it perfect. But, they're trying to play smart shots, and that's half the battle is making the attempt.
Yeah, Stubb, I'll give him 10 out of 10 for ingenuity. Yeah, give him 10 minutes to come in. I mean, he doesn't think, oh, what time is it in the UK? Well, this guy's, Popman does work, and he probably is up early, so he's probably headed to bed, so he probably won't see my message till the morning.
It might not have been the worst idea if the guy was online right now.
Well,
but he's not.
That's true. So you reckon your odds are pretty good that you would get a reply. So he's not going to get any reply to that.
Okay.
So some action on stripes.
The problem with these kind of players running out is they've got an idea how to move the cue ball, but they don't do it that well. So it's a lot more hit and miss, but they can still run a fair number of tables out.
Because it's a bar table, Steve.
Because it's a bar
table.
Just
in case you didn't know.
I'll play bar table against people that got no chance against me, and I'll lose games all the time. It's not that hard to run out on.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah.
And you think about it, I mean, anybody who's playing pool in a pool hall and there's bar tables there, you've got to think your odds are far better against what you would say would be a tougher opponent. Your odds are far better and how your chances are far better with it being that size of table. Certainly, if you can at least pot a ball and
oh boy,
give yourself shots now and again.
That was a terrible miss there. I didn't think I'm not sure what he was thinking there. That ball did go, I think. Wow.
Well, Simax has got the 10 and 9 stuck together pretty much.
Yeah, bar table's really a big equalizer. It really is.
They ain't stuck together now. And he should be out. And he should open the gap here. See that shot there, you see, that shot there is just careless. Stuff like that is way too good. To me, that was I would have played a nice little draggy shot just to hold for the 10.
He was playing safe. He was playing the safety. Come on.
You're kidding me on. And I just think it was so bad it wasn't.
Yeah, I am kidding.
Because look what's happened there. The easy kick in the 7.
And, yeah, I mean, but, you know, that's what makes it fun to watch players that aren't quite as high a level play, because anything could happen.
Well, it's 6 apiece.
I've seen guys that weren't that good in real life play for a lot of money. It's always exciting.
Cold as pillows get the amp on again. 8 balls going in. Cue balls headed off the table. And there's a whole mess. Look at this.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you clip a little of the head ball, and that happens a lot easier. And he's gonna take a rip at him. He's got everything clear now. He doesn't have to. He can shoot the 13 and draw back into 14, and then shoot the 10 or 14. He does not have to hit these hard, but he's got it anyways. And
that was commentator's curse there.
Well, he didn't need to do that, but he did it anyways. Oh, you know, it's fun to slam the balls.
So Cold as Pillow's got a whole heap of trouble because he's right next to 4 of his balls. He's going to have to play the combo here, I think. No, he's calling safety. Is that his 6 ball or is it a 14?
I like that move because he cleared up some of his congestion there. Plus, he's going to force him to move the 14 ball, which is also causing him problems. I mean, that was a good play.
That's a tactic that could work.
Yeah, no, that was a very good play.
Hang on a minute. That 14 going on to the 7.
You know, that's just bad luck, but I think, does it go in the side pocket? Yeah, it's just really tight.
Oh,
he's going to shoot it right now. I'm not sure I'd shoot it right now. I might choose to do something else.
Oh,
but he's got it. He's going to have to come back table for the come back down for the.
Well, this is
4 and 2.
Well, the 1's still down here as well, isn't it? So, right now, if you're playing the 6, do you not try and run fairly solidly into the 13?
I'd shoot the 1
take the 1
here.
And come across to the 6.
And this is pretty easy to come down table. He's a little straight, but I think if he juices this up and hits it on the thick side, he'll get down table. Now, see, he went into thin. Watch where the 6 ball goes in. See it go in the far left side of the pocket?
Yeah.
He needed to be. He couldn't do that and get the cue ball down table. I mean, you just got to realize the angle you got and what you have to do to move the cue ball, and he didn't. He still may get out here. Oh, he's just going to play safe.
Yeah, he called safety. Well, you've got an easy 15-9 combo down the rail, and you have a 14 ball into the side, and a 10 ball that goes past the 8 ball. So here's a chance for Simax to get back into the lead here.
With these guys, anything could happen. I mean, you know, this run-out's maybe 50-50 for a guy like Simax. I mean, anything could happen.
I would play the combo right now. I mean, he's not perfect on it, but I'd play it right now. He might not get anywhere near it from here on in. Well, that's better. Maybe he's got the right idea. I'd play that right now. The longer he hangs off, the more likely he's going to end up awkward like this.
Yeah, well, he likes to slam the ball and turn the cue ball loose, which is not usually the greatest thing to do. So now he's got trouble.
Well,
So he could play a little safety here with the 13, just a little ticky safe.
oh no, he's going for the.
Oh no, we're
He's
gonna
going for the
we're
3-ball combo now.
we're gonna blast away.
That'll
Bet
work.
he hit it
Where's the cue
good.
ball going? Well, he's still on his 13 ball. This is perfect.
That was
Don't
quite the shot there.
don't scratch the side. Just stun up the
That's,
table.
that's what I'm saying. It's exciting to watch guys like this because anything could happen. Imagine if these guys were playing like for $20,000 and you're watching this. I mean, I've seen matches like that and guys that could do just about anything playing for a lot of money. It's exciting.
This could go funny.
Well, that was a terrible shot, but he's gotten
he's
away
good.
with it.
That's perfect into the side, just a roll in.
So it's looking like he's going to pull out to a one-shot lead and one game lead, and chances are that it's going to be 7-7 the way this
And
match
it's
is
his
going.
break. It's Simak's break as well now.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything because you think he's going to break and run out. I'd bet against that every time with these guys.
Well,
because their break and run out percentage is going to be probably 25% at best.
Well,
now, if you were going to run out, this is a pretty good one, though.
You've got two solids down this end of the table here.
Yeah, I mean, the problem here is they just don't move the cue ball that good, and they've got a lot of balls to get to now. He's going to have to shoot the 10 here, and that's probably a good thing because you can just roll this in, and hopefully you can shoot the 12, then the 11. You can draw this back, and you got to put a little more on this than you think.
Well, I think he wants to be. I think if he draws this back and he doesn't get good in the 11, he wants to seriously consider banking that 14 because that's a dead bank if you get decent on it.
Oh, he should be on this 11.
Well,
that's not a hard shot.
Oh no.
And you can just. I'd shoot the 11 and then shoot the 14. See, you want to get a little back angle on the 14. Well, I wouldn't have done that.
See, he likes to do things with the cue ball.
But see what I mean about these guys running out? They're gonna screw something up almost every time. It's like now, can he get out still? Yeah, he's got a bank on the 14. He's going to get a shot on the 13 if he makes it. Who knows? Oh, he's going to cut the 14.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, Steve. You never saw that one. What a shot.
Yeah. He should be able to get a shot on the 8 ball. All he's got to do is roll this and come out to the middle of the table. That's 50-50 whether he decides to juice this up with some kind of English, but this is just a roller. Here we go with English. I told you. What I tell you?
There we go.
What I tell you? You juiced it up with left English.
And you see how much that distorted the shot.
All he had to do was roll that in. The 13 ball is going to come right to the cue ball comes right to the middle of the table, and he wins. And I could just kind of see it coming, because these guys want to spin it up. They want to hit it hard. And just bank the 5.
Bank the 5, cut the 1,
bank the
bump
5.
into the 3, free it up.
Just bank the 5. That's a simple thing to do here.
Calling a safety.
Yeah, that's fine too. Except that it's not a very good safety. You wanted to get a snooker and make him kick. Because now you've given him a chance. No. This 13 ball will bank in the corner where the cue ball is. Oh, he's going to call it there. I'm not sure what he thinks he's doing. I guess he can try to kick it in. I would have banked it where the cue ball was. Not a bad attempt.
Now, where's this on the... let me just refresh this. I think I need to back to it. I hate this. We can't get rid of that red thing once it's on the screen.
Of course you can.
Oh, well, I don't know how to do it. Where are these guys in the bracket? Because I saw them actually into the room for it. There we are. So we've got the winner of this match waiting to play either semi-pro or big. So semi-pro's going to have a more gentler time of it, I would suggest. Biggs is no mug, by the way. I know that.
Well, that's one of the things about going to the losers bracket is you're going to catch a lot of matches that are maybe not so tough, but eventually they're going to get hard. This could be trouble here. Now, I think he needed to go forward because going behind he had to hit it real good. Now he's funny. Well, I mean, the bank's there if he wants to shoot that. He could shoot it straight in the side pocket if he wants to do that. He's going to play the bank.
Yeah, calling the bank as long as he's not killing the cue ball and coming back too far.
Unless he hits this hard, I think he's going to miss a long. He missed a long anyways. Yeah, he was just aim funny. Well, he didn't leave a duck.
Where's he going? I'm trying
He's
to
going
get
to cut it
left corner.
Well, he's going to get another shot at it here. I think he'll cut this one up the rail. Well, he may shoot. You know, you could shoot this as a shoot this cross corner. Up the rail's doable, but it's pretty tough. I think the thing I don't like about up the rail is a cue ball. I mean, you've got to get how many times you're going back and forth. Yeah, I like this shot. Bring the cue ball back. It looks like he's not cutting it enough. Not even close. Well, he could have called the two railer, but he didn't.
Right, so drop the 13 in to get to the hill. So Simax, well, the break goes back to coldest pillow.
I don't know how Simax big LS3. She must have been drinking or something.
Yeah, that's what I wondered when I saw the result. What happened to LS3? Hang on a minute, the cue ball's heading down there again. But like I say, Simax will just go for stuff with not a great deal of purpose about it generally. Because I've seen him in 9-ball slamming at balls and doing daft things. But in this table, you know, as long as you see a ball, you can try and get it to a hole.
The guy's having fun. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's probably juiced up as well. He's probably got some.
He's having fun.
Happy juice.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertainment.
It's having fun. Well, I wonder if he's laughing at that. He's giving coldest pillow. He's giving coldest pillow a chance here. So, and again, all of these balls all have a hole to go into, and this is where you're tested when you don't necessarily execute everything great.
And he's already out of line right off the bat. Right off the bat, he's out of line. Four ball, not 2 ball, 4 ball.
Are you having a great time, Simon?
Yeah, that's okay too. Simon's here.
Yeah, that's Simon. That's Simax. That's the guy that's playing. Well, he's not playing at the moment, but he's got his fingers crossed, hoping coldest pillow won't run out, and maybe his prayers have been answered, because this is a dinky little cut. Either way,
he's not going to miss
I think
this.
I'd be dinking the 6.
No, he's not going to miss this. Oh, geez. Well, he didn't hit it. So that's that thing that I keep saying people are getting caught out by, is they're hitting it easy and these balls throw a little more. You got to hit that with some speed so you don't get the throw like that.
Caught that, Joe, and just held up.
Well, you shoot the same exact line and just hit it harder, and it's going in every time. Yeah, well, that's good. He's having a good time. He's loving it, and
he's good.
That's what it's about.
4 balls for the match.
You may have a beverage of his choice going.
So 14 into the side, drop the 9 in, drop the 8 in, and it's all over.
He's from the UK. Doesn't everybody in the UK drink? I mean, that's a pretty much a national pastime, isn't it?
Drink and drink. Well, not any more or less than than the Americans.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure, you guys
I
drink
mean,
more than Americans. Are
I
you
mean,
kidding?
no, in Scotland
For sure.
it's a
Now you may not drink more than the Germans, but you definitely drink more than
well, the thing is,
Americans.
the Germans drink more in one sitting because they're drinking big flagons of, litre flagons of beer, so they are. Right,
Yeah.
so well done to Simanx. He takes out coldest pillow.
Here, let's do a little Google on this. Drinking per capita by country. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, this is going to be easy, because I guarantee you're more. Okay, so you've got a map. Alcohol. God, how about a list?
Oh, there's
Wikipedia. Okay, so Albania is the highest.
there you go, full of alcoholics.
Oh no, this is by order. Let's sort it by. That's 2016. How about 2023? Okay, so United Kingdom. United Kingdom is male 18%, female 6%. United States, male 15%, female 4%. So
Well, you
yeah,
see, you should have narrowed that
no
down
sexes is 10, and you're 11.5.
well, I don't include myself in the United Kingdom. If you had the figures for Scotland, the difference between male and female, there might not be as big a gap because there's just as many as women in Scotland like to drink.
Germany's up at 20%.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, they've got. I see you've got all these trendy beers that are out now with all these weird names, and the Germans will have a fair array of lagers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all the Eastern Europeans. They're all the lushes.
Yeah, well, if you lived over that part of the world and you grew up during the 70s and everything, you'd have every good reason to be to be slamming it back. Take your mind off the day-to-day.
This says Russia and Australia have those. I can imagine the Russians drink a lot. They're drinking that vodka.
Yeah. Right, well, it's beddy bye time for me, folks. We won't hold you any longer.
Well, thanks for streaming here.
Thanks for Steve's company. Thanks to everybody for watching. Well done to Albinario. Well done to Simanx. Good luck in the rest of the tournament because I think it ramps up a bit for Simanx now.
Yeah, it's going to get a little tougher, I think.
Yeah, so I don't think anything will change the schedule. No, that's still blank. So Popman should get my message. He will notice it. He'll probably notice the proposal from Stubb tomorrow when he gets up. So, right, take care, and we'll see you again soon, folks. Good night.
Thank you.